DAIMA Super Saiyan 4 in the Dragon Ball Super manga? Is that right? This past week, the Dragon Ball Super manga community has been in a huge confusion over exactly what Toyotaro, the artist and creator behind the Dragon Ball Super manga, what he is going to say and talk about when he is at the Japan Expo in France on July 6th. Initial translations first came out saying that he may be basically making his own manga, which if that is true, goodbye Dragon Ball Super's manga. But after further translations throughout the entire Dragon Ball community and native French speakers, it has become more clear that they are talking about a creative challenge, which is what Toyotaro is going to be talking about, a creative challenge with his work, and that work is obviously the Dragon Ball Super manga. He is the heir to that manga since Toriyama's passing. And that got me thinking, what is this creative challenge that Toyotaro has to deal with? Well, after a little known anime called Dragon Ball DAIMA decided to drop this beast of a transformation here, the Super Saiyan 4, to critical acclaim, but with a lot of confusion surrounding it, not knowing exactly where it fits in, seeing as how I guess this is in between Z and Super. To me, this is probably the greatest hurdle that Toyotaro has to bypass when it comes to the future of the Dragon Ball Super manga. Everything from the anime has been translated in some way, shape, or form to the manga itself, even Broly. So it is clear as day that Super Saiyan 4 from DAIMA has to be mentioned or fit in, or at least talked about in the future of the Dragon Ball Super manga. But the biggest question is, how is it going to fit in? And as always, don't forget to hit the like button if you want a Dragon Ball. Well, fitting Super Saiyan 4 in the manga may actually not be that difficult after all. And it is a transformation that has a lot of similarities with Ultra Instinct and Ultra Ego. Because if you take a look at Ultra Instinct and Ultra Ego, they are primarily mental states. They're not exactly power-ups in the traditional sense. UI requires peace, Ego requires pride, and acceptance of damage. That's basically it. But Super Saiyan 4? It's the body going primal, while the mind remains in control. I mean, this could be as easy as saying that Super Saiyan 4 is the physical counterpart to UI's mental perfection, because it is physical Saiyan toughness that comes through that transformation, but I think it connects a little bit deeper with also Ultra Ego, which would make it make sense in the Dragon Ball Super manga. Just think about this. In Dragon Ball Super, Whis says you must make your body act on its own. And that's almost exactly what Uzaro instincts do. They react. That's exactly what ended up happening in Dragon Ball DAIMA. Super Saiyan 4 Goku reacted to Goma and hit him with that dimension-shattering Kamehameha. And for Vegeta, Ultra Ego is about embracing destruction and the thrill of combat. Super Saiyan 4's wild, brutal nature fits that philosophy too. The wild nature of the Great Ape without losing any consciousness. There are connections here that could fit very well in the manga. I mean, you could take a look at it this way. Ultra Instinct is spiritual evolution. Ultra Ego is mental evolution. Super Saiyan 4 is physical evolution. Three parts, the Trinity for Goku and Vegeta going forward when it comes to transformations. But that brings up the biggest question. If Super Saiyan 4 is so powerful, why hasn't Goku used it in Super? The answer lies in two things: context and growth. After Dragon Ball DAIMA, Goku outgrew the need for Super Saiyan 4. That could be an easy explanation. Literally, Dragon Ball has given us less when it comes to explanations. He could just say, I didn't need it because I entered and tapped into godly ki, ultimately leading him down the path to Ultra Instinct, similar to how Gohan really doesn't use Super Saiyan that much because he has the ultimate form and now he's got the Beast transformation. Again, easy explanation across the board to make Super Saiyan 4 DAIMA essentially become obsolete, an obsolete transformation, but it could also work in a different direction. Toyotaro could have made the transformation just dormant. Once Goku achieved divine forms like Ultra Instinct or anything with God Ki, it could be reasonable to say that he lost his connection to his Saiyan tail, and thus the Ozaru connection that fuels Super Saiyan 4. It makes sense at the end or after DBZ for Goku to still have that connection because he's still in the Super Saiyan or the Saiyan transformation line. But after Z, going into Super, Goku goes into more divine forms. He doesn't really need his tail, and thus he could have lost connection. That is why he feels so disconnected in the Granola arc when he is trying to use Ultra Instinct like he did against Moro, but because he is fighting a hero, anti-hero villain that is from the Saiyans past, and he did have the Super Saiyan 4 transformation, it could be the reason why Goku really can't use the full Master Ultra Instinct, or at least it doesn't work that well because he's not connected to it like that, and he decides to use this true Ultra Instinct that the manga was showcasing us. But this explanation just means that Super Saiyan 4 can be reactivated. It doesn't need to be gone forever, either through help like Orange Piccolo through Shenron, or say a new unlocking of hidden power by another Namekian, similar to what happened in Dragon Ball Daima. So the way that this could be included in a new arc, let's say Goku and Vegeta in a new arc are exploring a Saiyan world, a rogue planet with Saiyan survivors, more Saiyan survivors. This could be the arc that explains and connects all these distant Saiyan forms, including adding Yamoshi into the mix and really bringing some straightforward explanations to the Saiyan line of evolution. Let's take it a step further and say that the Saiyans that are on this rogue planet evolved differently than the Saiyans that we have in Planet Vegeta, and they are permanent Super Saiyan 4s. Now, I'm saying permanent Super Saiyan 4s because of the way they look. Say they look like Sun Wukong, like the Monkey King, what Goku is derived from, and so they look like monkeys, but they are Saiyans, and they have some power, but not like Super Saiyan 4. Goku could go on a journey to try to reclaim his tail, reconnect with the primal nature, and balancing it out with Ultra Instinct, and his version of Super Saiyan 4 could be, say, in these Wayward Saiyans legends as the Super Saiyan God, or their version of Super Saiyan God, while at the same time Vegeta could undergo something similar but fusing Ultra Ego with more of a Berserker type of Super Saiyan 4, similar to Broly. We can call it Super Saiyan 4 Divine Evolution, a new hybrid form that doesn't erase UI or Ego but enhances them through the body's raw natural instincts. So basically Super Saiyan 4s but connected, or at least using UI or Ego. I mean, this opens the door to a beast type of Broly going into more of his Berserker energy and ki and explanation about that, or even like the younger Saiyans tapping into Super Saiyan 4 or God Ki, or more of their Saiyan heritage. So here's the truth. Super Saiyan 4 isn't just cool, it's thematically powerful. It represents balance. It's a form that draws from the Saiyan past, Tails, nature, rage, but tempers it with control. It doesn't need godhood or divine training. It's what Goku might have become without meeting Whis or Beerus. And that's why it fits perfectly into Dragon Ball Super now, because what's next for Goku and Vegeta can't just be more god power. It has to be integration in combining what made them strong before with what they've learned now, which is something that Toriyama isn't shy with when it came to doing that, because that's how we got Super Saiyan Blue. Super Saiyan 4 could be that final missing link, the bridge between Saiyan Beast and the divine power, the God Ki. And this is a way that Dragon Ball Super's manga could literally bring Super Saiyan 4 from Daima, and even mentioning or using elements from the Daima storyline to create a very interesting new Dragon Ball Super manga arc. but let me know what you guys think in the comments.